Wrestling means a lot to me, from the leadership skills that it's taught me, and just like who I am as a person has depended a whole lot on wrestling. And these past 7 years of my life that I've dedicated, it's taught me a lot of hard work, good qualities, good people. Like the wrestling community itself is just a great place to be in, I guess. So it's been a big part of these past 7 years of my life, taught me a lot, and I'm thankful for it, very thankful.
Tanner's one of the best kids I've ever coached. I've been coaching for about 15 years, and I don't mean that in a wrestling sense. Yes, he's a very, very good wrestler. But it was pretty obvious when I came in, when he was a sophomore, who the leader of the team was. I came in, interviewed for a teaching position, assistant coach position, and then the head coach at the time, Jared Grindstaff, showed me around, and they happened to have a practice going on after school, so I stepped in the wrestling room for a few minutes, and it took me 2 seconds to figure out who the leader on the team was.
My heart rate is erratic when he's out there. Even if I think that it's, what you might think an easy match, it's a workout in itself just watching him. So, yeah, it's a great sport to be a part of as a family, as a mom. It's just tight knit people, and everybody's there. It's been a fun adventure.
And that Thursday morning, I woke up around 2 a.m. with a little bit of trouble to breathe. Not terrible, anything like that just yet, but just still a little bit concerning, but could still catch my breath a little bit. And then I just fell back asleep. And that process of waking up and having trouble breathing just kept on repeating. Till about 8 o'clock that morning is when I finally decided to get up.
And we said, let's just make a doctor's appointment. So we made a doctor's appointment, called down to the clinic where we go to, and they said they could get us in at 9:20, which was about 40 minutes, I guess.
And I believe when I was walking up the stairs, I had gone into a little bit of a coughing fit, and I coughed, and at that moment, my breathing just dropped.
So, walked into the clinic, didn't wait in line, didn't anything. I turned to the front, the people at the front desk, and I said, he's in trouble. And at that particular time, they whisked him back into a room, and then they began to treat him like it was a trauma situation. They took his initial readings on his O2 sats, and I could see at that particular time that the nurse was nervous.
And it wasn't till late Thursday night we actually figured out what happened. And that cough that I had said that was on the stairs actually had burst an air sac in my chest where air was then leaking out of. And what was creating the chest pain was the fact that my lungs couldn't expand because the air that leaked out had been basically pushing down on it. So there was just a huge amount of pressure there. So it ended up just healing itself.
And I heard that he called out of practice, so I knew it was serious because Tanner just didn't miss practices. So my first thought that went through my head was just, I hope he's all right. Wrestling aside, the grand scheme of everything else, I mean, health is number one, health is most important, so that's immediately where my head went.
My initial thoughts, man, I was super let down, very disappointed. I mean, winning state was a goal that I've had for 7 years now, since middle school. I mean, I've come up and wrestled with the indie program at practice since 7th, 8th grade, 6th grade. So I've been here, like, it feels a whole lot longer than these 4 years. So, I mean, to go out in that indie singlet and, get that state championship, that was always a goal of mine, and to see it go by in hours after working 7 years, it was pretty rough.
I think for him, it certainly has opened his eyes to the impact he's made on friends, coaches, wrestlers, not just independents, but the whole wrestling community. So many people reached out to both Andy and myself, but also to him, that he has just impacted so many people. It's just opened his eyes to, it's not just him, it's a whole community that he is a part of.
As much as it hurt not being there to wrestle, he saw this thing that people don't usually get to see. He got to see how much impact he had in wrestling in the state of Tennessee, and I think it was pretty special. And I think that helped a lot.
I had a goal of winning state, and I didn't do it. And I didn't know I had this goal, but impacting the community like I did was bigger than a state championship.